A clip of a situation at some kind of immigration center where there was a family. It was a husband, a wife, and children, and they were there for some kind of legal proceeding, I assume. And what that means is they were trying to do this legally, but that doesn't matter when it comes to this administration. They're taking people to the camps, even if they're trying to do things legally. They're taking legal citizens now. So, and it's going to be one scapegoat group after another, right? But so here's what happened at that center. So there was a family. There was a husband, a wife, and children, and the ICE agents came and they wanted to take the husband away, and the woman started crying and she was begging and pleading with them to spare her husband, right? Because people are dying at the detention centers that immigrants are being taken to. Immigrants and citizens are being taken to, right? People are dying at those detention centers, and women are miscarrying at those detention centers, and people are going missing, right? Where they're we don't know where they are. Thousands missing, and I think it's reasonable to assume the worst. So of course you don't want people you care about to be dragged off to one of those detention centers, right? So the woman was crying and begging the agents not to take her husband. She wasn't hurting an agent. She wasn't attacking him. But he took her, he picked her up, and he body slammed her to the ground in front of her children. Now, just imagine for a moment being part of a massive group with all of the power, the resources, the gear, the armor, the numbers, right? And in addition to that, the law, having the law behind you. Imagine that these men, and I say imagine, but these men can do anything they want. Like, they can attack people, they can physically assault people, they can kill people, and their targets do not have the legal right to fight back under this administration. Constitutionally, they have the legal right to fight back. But this administration is not acknowledging the Constitution. So as soon as the target so much as puts their hand out to stop an agent, the administration will say, well, that target was violent against a federal agent and now is going to be taken to the detention center. See how circular that is? So you can't fight back without that being used to justify them taking you to a detention center and deeming you a criminal. So it's a situation where they can do anything they want to you, and if you fight back, now you're a criminal. So these men, it was all men. Sometimes there are some female agents, but it's mostly men, right? They had all the power. They're heavily geared. They had the numbers, they had the resources, and they had the law behind them. They knew their target could not so much as put up her hand to fight back. So in a situation like that, this man slams to the ground a woman who is crying and just pleading with him not to take her husband away. He slams her to the ground. Imagine, just consider how pathetic that is. To have all of the power, all of the resources, all of the gear, the numbers, and the law behind you, where you know your target can't even fight back. It's like having other people hold someone down while you beat them up. Does that take bravery? Does that take strength? It's pathetic, it's weak, it's cowardly. You know, this is like stepping on an ant and then puffing up their chest and claiming to be strong alphas, right? And then having to be in a group to do it. You know, it's the same with the Gangstalkers. They're in a group. They've got the numbers. They've got the power, they've got the gear, they've got the resources. And the way they're doing it, they've got the law on their side. Their targets can't fight back. And yet they're taking such pleasure in destroying their targets, who they know literally can't do anything. It's pathetic, it's weak, it's cowardly, right? They think they're in the resistance. They are not. They're working for the same people that the ICE agents are working for. It's the same goddamn thing controlling everyone. Okay? And none of them are fighting the actual fascists because they're too cowardly to do that. They would rather be in a massive group against targets that they believe to be too weak and helpless to fight back. And that is pathetic. And folks, when it comes to the Gangstalkers, nothing you say about me, nothing you do to me, you can kill me, and it's still not going to change the validity in what I've said. And I want you to remember that every time you look in the mirror. If you're involved in that, you are pathetic, cowardly, and weak. Have the day you deserve.